This is Matt. I wanted to film this video today to help some of y'all that are about to go through ACL surgery or have just done it and we're wanting some tips and tricks for a fast recovery with the least amount of pain and worry possible. I'm going to give y'all a top 10 list I think is crucial for a speedy recovery. I actually tore my ACL 6 months ago playing volleyball, went up for a jump, landed awkwardly, and completely snapped it in half. I saw the doctor, got MRI, and then it turns out I completely split it. And then talked about the options about having a quadricep graft, a hamstring graft, or a patella graft, and ended up with the quadricep. It seemed to be a good compromise where I could still be athletic later in life and have a speedy recovery. So I ended up going with the quad, and honestly can say I've been pretty happy with it. Here's some pictures of my current scar. It's not too bad, and it might even get a little bit better. I'm only 6 months in, so definitely can say I'm happy with it. So with that, I just wanted to create y'all a top 10 list of 10 items that definitely helped me through the journey of recovery. So with that, I'll start off with number 1. So number 1 on the list, this probably will be obvious to y'all, but take your painkillers. You're prescribed and over the counter. Especially the first 2 to 3 days, there's gonna be a solid amount of pain. Painkillers definitely bring that pain to like a 1 or a 2. So as long as you're on them, you'll be in a good mood. The thing is, it's hard to catch up on pain. So if you wake up from surgery, you're like, I'm not gonna take my painkillers, and then wait a day and you wake up in pain, well, for those to kick in, it's gonna take another day to kick in. So just be sure to stay on top for the first 2 to 3 days, taking your prescribed ones. You'll probably get 2 weeks worth. I'd try to wean off of them if you can. And how I did this, I would, go to bed taking my painkillers. If I woke up with mild pain that was bearable, I would just grin and bear it and take an over-the-counter ibuprofen instead. And that started about day 3, I want to say. And then from then on, I took some ibuprofen for the next couple of days. And by a week, I was pretty much good on the pain levels. So be sure to take those pain meds the first week. So for number 2, I have fruit. So you might be asking, why fruit? Well, that's because the painkillers have one nasty side effect, and that's constipation. So you'll make sure you're eating enough fiber to help your bowels out. I recommend pineapple or watermelon. One of those fruits with high in fiber will get the job done, and that way you're not dying on the toilet with constipation. Number 3, I have a raised toilet seat. Now, I didn't have this during my surgery, post-surgery, but I definitely recommend it because after surgery, your leg has to be completely straight. So anytime you need a squat, like to use the toilet, that is really difficult, where you can only squat on one leg so far, and not having that extra elevation that the toilet seat provides from an elevated toilet seat makes a big difference. So if I had the surgery again, I would definitely buy a raised toilet seat. The way I was doing it, I would squat as far as I could, and then I literally had to drop 6 inches to sit on the toilet seat, which was pretty embarrassing. There was times I thought I was gonna break it. So if I had to raise one, it would be a lot easier and a lot less stressful taking care of business. So for number 4, I have baby wipes. So after your surgery, you're not gonna be able to shower for about 5 or 7 days. So you're gonna stink, you're gonna be laying in bed, sweating and smelling, not the greatest. So baby wipes are like your mini shower every day. I basically took 3 or 4 wipes each day, wiped my face, my body, my armpits, just to keep myself in high spirits and smelling fresh. And I did that for the first week, and then after a week you should be able to shower, but before then definitely use your baby wipes. Number 5, and this might be my actual number 1 recommendation, it's a shower seat. So after surgery, you'll be able to shower after about a week or so, depending on what your doctor says, and your leg still will be in a brace or it'll be super weak. So you really want a shower stool so you can take your showers while sitting down without the fear of slipping or falling. It's a great peace of mind. It made showering really relaxing, be able to just sit in the water and clean yourself, especially the first week. You're gonna be really stinky and gross, so you really want a good shower seat so you can just sit down and take your time to soap up and give yourself a good clean. So that's number 5. Number 6 I have is an ice pack. Now your doctor might recommend a ice machine, which usually run for about the price of $200 to $300, which I really didn't want to spend that much on an ice machine that I'd only use once. So what I did instead was bought a ice pack off Amazon. So the one I can link below is the one I used. It was about $10 or $12 and it was reusable. So you could stick in your freezer, pull it out, use it on your leg, let it swell down, and then put it back in the freezer and then reuse it about an hour later or so. So I found it just to be as effective as the Game Ready machine, and it's definitely a lot cheaper. So I definitely recommend a reusable ice pack as number 6. So for number 7, I have compression socks. So what the doctor is going to tell you to recover the fastest is the RICE method, which RICE, which stands for rest, ice, compress, and elevate. So doing those 4 things to your knee is going to help it heal the fastest. So what compression socks do, they're the C in that. So they compress your leg, which causes more blood flow to the area, and more blood promotes faster healing. So buy some compression socks. They're made of elastic material that compress your leg. They get the blood flowing down there and slightly help heal your leg faster. I wore these right after my surgery and kept them on for about 6 weeks until I got off my brace. So that's number 7. So for number 8, I have a knee sleeve. So a knee sleeve is made out of cloth and elastic material, and it helps keep your leg stabilized. You just slip it over your knee. There's some structure to it that holds your knee in place a little bit better than your own knee can, because it's going to be super weak. So around 6 weeks, when you take off your brace, you're going to want to have that sleeve as some extra stability while you're walking around. It acts like an extra crutch, and it definitely gave me the confidence walking around. And probably around week 10 or 12, I completely ditched that. But between then and that I used it as a little stepping stone after I took off my brace. So definitely recommend the knee sleeve. So number 9 is loose fitting clothing. So especially shorts is what you want to have the most loose. And what I decided to wear is just those old early 2000s basketball shorts that were super baggy and big. Those work great. If you're wearing a brace, they go over the brace really easy. So, when you're waking up, putting your pants on, just buy some basketball shorts that can easily go up and down your leg, and you'll definitely thank yourself. So number 10, this is an easy one. It's entertainment. You definitely want to have Netflix or HBO to keep you going, keep your spirits high. You're going to be in bed for probably about a week, and then after a week you might hobble around, maybe walk outside your porch. But for that first week, definitely get some shows to queue up in your Netflix queue, watch those, and just take it easy. That's the most important part, is taking it easy and focusing on you and recovering the fastest. So that's my top 10 list, and hope y'all liked it. I'll have links down below for all the stuff I bought. I'm 6 months from my surgery and definitely feel a lot better today. First 3 or 4 days will be the hardest, but then just After that, you'll start going to PT, and every day gets easier and easier. You get strength every day, and pretty soon, before you know it, time will pass and you'll be back to running and hopping again. So good luck, guys, if you're going through the surgery, and I wish you the best. Thanks.